Hello Libra. Today we're going to be doing an extended love reading, asking a very specific question. How are you today, Libra? I hope you're doing well. The question that we're going to ask is, why does love elude me? So why does love elude Libra? I'm going to see what the spirits and the cards have to say. You know, it's a very interesting question. Everybody does general love readings, but this really sometimes mystifies us. Why does love elude us? So let's get into it. We have the Five of Swords, the Devil, the Five of Pentacles. This should be interesting. The Seven of Swords, the Two of Wands, the Tower, the Moon, the Ten of Swords. Wow, Libra. The Wheel of Fortune and the Fool. Okay, now I've known many Libras in my life. And you guys are never, just to start off, you guys are never one for doing things in a half-hearted way. You kind of always dig in. And that may be the case. That may be why we're seeing what we're seeing here right now with these kind of dramatic cards. So let's take a look. When I look at this, when it comes to love, I would say that it's showing that love is, I think that a relationship and love is really important to you. And you don't like being alone. So even though when you're alone, you're fine. You know, you are fine by yourself, but it's not your preferred state. Let's put it that way. You really prefer to be in a relationship with somebody. And I don't know if you're the type of person that looks for relationships that are breaking up, or you're the cause of some breakups, perhaps. I mean, do you find yourself to be a bit devilish in that regard? I mean, are you sort of looking for weak points in other people's relationships, or showing some jealousy of other people's relationships, and that you might want to break them apart, especially if you see somebody you think is, good looking? Are you thinking, well, maybe they should be with me? Do you feel that this looks to me like, you could sometimes feel a little bit desperate about being alone. Again, even though you are okay, it still nags you that you're alone. Maybe you feel that if you don't have somebody with you, you're not good enough. That you sort of feel left out in the cold, that all the fun is happening someplace else, all the love is happening someplace else, and you're out alone. You just don't like to be without somebody on your arm. And here, see two of these things with the making away with the swords. That does kind of indicate to me a little bit of maybe stealing some love, or picking up the rebounds. Picking up the running to the person who maybe has just broken up and is feeling sad, a little vulnerable. Maybe you like to swoop in then. That could be the case. and that might not wind up working out for you so well. Because if you're here watching this video and love has eluded you, maybe that is the case. Maybe that has kind of blown up in your face and backfired. Maybe that has given you a negative branding. Maybe your brand is, that person breaks up relationships, or that person always kind of swoops in at the end. And it doesn't necessarily, again, here, kind of, because this is an environmental card. This is what people think about you. So maybe this hasn't really helped your image. And so good people who might really be interested in you and want to go out with you may have an idea about you that you might be a bit of a social climber, or, maybe you're just not genuine. And that could put things in sort of a very confused state. So you're kind of you might be a little bewildered as to why people don't like you or trust you in that way. And that could be because of your behavior. You might see nothing wrong with some of the things you do, but it might not be coming over to the general public the way you, as innocent maybe as you think. Or, you might say, oh, people just need to get a grip, but other people can be more sensitive than you. Other people have ideas that are different than you about love. Some people are just a lot more serious. And you like to take risks. You like to go on adventures. You're a very adventurous sign. I know this. I've met so many of you, and you do have this kind of wild streak about you, even though you're supposed to be so balanced. I think you're balanced in yourself, but and because you're balanced in yourself, you think, okay, I can control things. I'm okay with myself, so I can take risks. And thus people kind of get this confused idea about you that, oh, they're a risky person, meaning you're not risking anything. But other people would think, well, if I did that, that would be risky. So there seems to be some kind of maybe a disconnect or misinterpretation with other people about who you really are or where you really stand. So let's take a look at the other cards. It's a very strong reading. But then again, you're a very strong sign. Protection. That's a very pretty card. Compassion. Playfulness. I think, yes, you can be very protective and you can be very compassionate. I've, known Libras who are very generous and very active in, say, charity work, or very active for political causes, that kind of thing. They really get on board. Once again, you are a very, 100,000% sign. You kind of throw yourself, when you want to throw yourself into something, you definitely throw yourself into something. Again, you just go off the cliff because you want to throw yourself into something so much. So, and you love your playtime. You certainly do. I think a lot of times, again, it's people look at Libras and sometimes, when you're really going full blast, some people just don't know what to make of you. Especially the more reserved people. They say, oh, if I did that, I couldn't do that. So how are they doing it? So I think you leave some people in the dust, maybe. They don't get you. Okay, let's shuffle this one more time. I've actually know somebody who, Libras, who wound up finding that other Libras, were sensational partners for them. Strangely enough, because it was a balance, and they understood each other completely. They got each other, so they knew totally how to read each other. That might be an option for you. Finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. Religious factor. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. I would say, these are very common things, but you cannot ignore them. If you're not doing well financially, it's less time for playing. It's less time for going out and meeting people. It's less time for partying, less time for interacting with people, because you have to work, or you have other obligations. Religious factors, again, also, it is a common thing. There's nothing tremendously enlightening about that, but they do play a factor in many people's relationships. You may be kind of a free spirit and say, yeah, okay, I was brought up this way, or whatever it is, but I believe this, that, and the other thing. But other people, they put a lot of emphasis on that, and it really makes a difference for them. So keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations, and that I think is possible. Because, like I said, someone I know found out that another Libra, someone almost totally like them, was actually their type. But it can also be something out of the blue. Everybody has these kind of ideals about what they want in a partner. But when love really comes along, it sort of hits you like a ton of bricks. Sometimes you say, you just can't figure it out. You just can't figure out why it's this person, because you never thought of yourself liking somebody who was tall or fair or dark or chubby or very skinny, or like to play soccer, or like to go on all these crazy vacations, or had some kind of a strange collection of things. It just wasn't in your playbook. But these things happen. You know the truth deep down. So I would say that, yeah, you're the best judge of who you really are. This devil card here kind of hits that home. It is right in the center of things. You know the truth deep down. You know deep down what your flaws might be. Not flaws, but what might be driving some people away. And, you have to say, oh, I'm going to do something about it, or I'm just going to let it ride, and I'm just going to find somebody who can accept this about me. That's fine. In either case, it's absolutely fine. But truth is a really, really important, it's a really heavy word, and you have to be genuine to yourself. If you're really a sedate person, then okay, stay that way. Find somebody who is sedate. If you're really a crazy free spirit, find somebody who's a crazy free spirit. Be truthful to yourself. Don't try to just go along to get along. Don't try to please anybody else. Don't try to do, what everybody else wants you to do. A lot of people try to please their parents and grandparents and aunts and uncles and the society that they're in. And at the end of the day, these people are not in your house with you. These people are not in a relationship with you. You have to please yourself. You have to deal with your own truth. Okay, that's the reading for the day as to why love may have eluded you. If you've watched 2 or 3 of my videos but you haven't subscribed yet, face it, you like this. Please do. And if you have subscribed already, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. It really counts. It really helps. Just try and join this fabulous spiritual community. I also do personal readings on Fiverr.com /Sunshadow7. That's where you can find me on Fiverr. I do different types of readings. And please watch my YouTube videos. I also have a playlist for Libras on my channel. So you can binge watch all the Libra videos and have a great time. Thank you so much for watching. I wish you much, much peace and much, much, much love. Thank you. Have a great day.